Good evening and welcome to the Village Board meeting for the Village of Pleasantville. Today is Monday, August 25. If you're watching live on Monday, August 25, we encourage you to call in if you have comments or questions. Our call-in number is 769-1677. Our next regular meeting is 2 weeks from today, Monday, September 8 at 8 p.m. with a work session at 7. As always, you can watch us on Cablevision or Verizon Cable TV. Live webcast at pctv76.org, and within a few days, an on-demand webcast also at pctv76.org. Had a couple of reports to make and a couple of announcements. The first is to say we met in work session earlier with a number of folks from Pleasantville who have volunteered to assist with appointment to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board, and so are happy to report that we've had a number of people who've been long-standing members of that board who have decided to retire after years of service, and we're happy to report that there have been plenty of people willing to step up and play a role in that, so thanks to all of those. Thank you, Colleen, for your effort in assisting with that. Also wanted to report a couple of announcements. One is to remind you, as I have in the past, that if you click into our website, pleasantville-ny.gov, in the lower left-hand corner of the main page, you can click on the code red symbol, and that will bring you to the opportunity to sign up for emergency emails, text messages, or telephone calls. We're coming into what hopefully will be a quiet storm season, but the experience of Sandy is in the not too distant past makes clear that it is an enormous benefit both to you and to us if we have lots of alternative ways of getting information to you in the event that you are not in your home or that there are power outages. So sign up, pleasantville-ny.gov, click on code red, and enter the various forms of communication you prefer to use to get an emergency message from the village. This is only to be used for emergency messages. You won't be getting miscellaneous messages from us through this system, and hopefully we will have no need for it, but our goal is to have as close to 100% adoption as we can possibly get. So please do that. I wanted to also mention, as I think some of you who listen to our meetings on a regular basis know, but a bunch of people have asked me over the last couple of weeks, a number of folks on our recycling committee have come forward with a proposal for a ban on single-use plastic bags in the village of Pleasantville. And I know that there are folks who feel strongly about that one way or the other. If you have any opinions on that subject, please feel free to reach out to any of us on the board or to Patty Dwyer via the email addresses that are on the website. We'll be having some more public discussion of it, and I had an extended conversation with a lobbyist who called me from a retailers association that's associated with the food service industry, and he would like to come to make his comments known, which will also happen at a public meeting. So the more discussion we have on that, the better sense we have of how people feel about it and what the pros and cons may be. So please feel free to comment on that. As I think you may have seen at our last meeting, we have signed a contract with a contractor to renovate our pool house, and as soon as the pool closes down, which sadly is coming up next week, the summer has skidded to an end amazingly quickly, we'll be shortly thereafter starting a renovation of the pool house that will give us new bathrooms, new finishes, a much improved breezeway, new outdoor showers, a place for people to rinse off if they're not looking to take a full shower, and an all-around much nicer environment. So happy to report that that work is finally being undertaken. And then lastly, on a sad note, I know many of you are aware that Steve Dowd passed away last week. Steve was a long-standing member of our Financial Advisory Board and a great help to the village government in various capacities over many years. And we extend our sincere condolences to his entire family. Any further reports?
We'll miss him very much.
We certainly will. So, with that, we'll launch into our resolutions. Colleen, 130.
Resolved that pre-check register dated August 25, 2014, covering pre-check numbers 78606 through 78717 have been reviewed, and they are hereby approved as listed below, coming from the General Fund, the Water Fund, the Refuse Fund, the Capital Fund, the Pool Fund, and the Trust and Agency Fund, totaling $440,636.98.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any comments or questions about the check register?
Just a clarification on my end, that, those two invoices totaling 112 to Newcastle Stanwood, that's the water department, right?
Yes,
Okay,
that's for the water.
that's our share of it.
That is correct.
Got it. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Mindy, 131.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees has reviewed the minutes of the meeting held on Monday, August 11th, and they are hereby approved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments or corrections on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 132, Jonathan.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following budget amendments: $44,400. We're increasing the revenue budget code for sidewalk program and increasing the budget code likewise for sidewalk programs, $44,400.
Is there a second?
Second?
Patty, you want to?
Yeah, that's just to recognize the contributions from the 50/50 program. We
Right.
need to reseat that in now.
Okay.
These are for people that owed us money for the repairs.
Great. And thanks to those residents, the village has had a longstanding practice of sharing to the extent it is able in replacing sidewalks in front of private property on a 50/50 basis, and we much appreciate it when people take advantage of that and carry their share of the cost in order to create a more walkable community. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. 133, Steve.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the mayor to sign the bylaws of the Public Employer Risk Management Association, otherwise known as PERMA.
Is there a second?
Second.
Patty, this is workers' comp.
This is our workers' comp provider. PERMA operates a lot like NYMER. It's municipally managed and owned. We've been with them for about 3 years, and we've weathered some serious storms with respect to some of our job-related injuries, but I think that they do a very good job for us for cost containment for what they could do. And they've made some changes to their bylaws that they want
That was my
to
question.
be acknowledged.
Right.
Was there anything substantial? Because I didn't have a copy of the last one.
No, they really weren't substantive. The only thing that would matter to us is a notice provision. If we intend to seek other proposals or if we intend to leave them, we have to give them 30 days notice in advance of
But you're
the
happy with
expiration.
them and.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's as good as it gets. We did quote another carrier this year, and they came in about 50,000 higher. So we stuck with PERMA for the budget for this year.
Are they a private company?
They're a municipal corporation, so to speak. So they're managed like the insurance
So it's an
receivable that we have.
association, really, right?
Yes, it's Public Employers Risk Management Association. So it's made up of all members.
It's not like it is.
So that 30-day notice is not
It's not
particularly onerous
detrimental.
responsibility
Yeah, but
for
that
us.
was more like an
But I just have to remember every year to
association.
give them a notice that we intend to seek, so
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
boxed
Yeah.
out.
Right. I wonder
I do it in this lower rates.
if they're not amenable to striking that for the, I understand the 30-day notice to depart their program, but I don't know why we should have to give them notice to seek other bids.
Well, intent to renew or not to renew is
Uh-huh.
what they really want, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
So we can seek other
That's fine.
bids, but if we're going to go with somebody
Right.
else, you need to let them know.
Let them
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay,
Does it automatically renew if we don't give
Because
them
they're
that
probably
permission?
buying their policies from somebody who
Well,
needs to do the same thing.
If we don't and we leave, there are penalties. Yes.
Really?
but I mean, that's the case.
If you don't give them
Right.
notice, yeah.
But so it automatically renews?
No,
No.
Okay.
no.
So it's not
I'm sorry,
never
Steve. No, they come in every year with a premium proposal.
Got it.
It's
Okay.
it's usually budget-based because that's how they set their rates anyway. The workers' comp rates are set by percent of payroll. So,
And do
and then
they-
experience-based, based on,
Are they the ones that would then do like a workman's comp audit? Do they come in and?
they do. They
do.
audit payroll to make sure that we classify people properly.
Right.
Because there's a higher rate for sanitation people than there is for
Okay.
office workers like us.
Mhm.
So they audit our payrolls every year.
All right, sounds good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
motion approved. 134, Ally.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves a local law amending Chapter 173, Vehicle and Traffic, Section 173-63, Parking Prohibited Certain Hours, Village Lane as follows. In Section 1, add on Village Lane, south side, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, from Marble Avenue to End.
Is there a second?
Second.
So this is the
It was just tabled.
item we tabled last time.
Yes.
Patty, you explored that a little bit further. You want to report? You gave us a memo on that.
Yeah, our understanding of the cars that have been parking along Village Lane is that some are commuters, and it varies. Some are from 4G owned auto body, either just waiting for people to pick them up because they've been worked on. And others are people who have heavy equipment stored at optimized devices, and maybe they're pulling out, trucks, for work, and they park their personal car there and go get the truck that they're taking off the optimized lot. So that's a visual observation. We're not permitted to run license plates for these types of searches and purposes, so we really couldn't do anything any deeper than that, but those are the questions that were raised, who's parking there and why, and that's what we can report on.
All right, Jeff Econom, our Superintendent of Public Works, feels strongly that this is a appropriate step to take. We have now modified this so that it is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and wouldn't affect parking along that street for weekend activities at the fields. So,
Yeah, I went down and looked at it and talked with Jeff, and because I was the one that sort of asked to be tabled, and I'm satisfied too that this is a needed and good thing.
all right, any further comment? All in favor?
Time change is great. Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion
Aye.
approved.
Aye.
55,
Third-
135, yes.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees, based upon the recommendation of the police chief, hereby approves the appointment of Peter Basha to the position of part-time school crossing guard at a salary of $20.62. I presume that's per hour.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
So the follow-up note from the police chief indicates that this is a fill-in position, not adding to our actual cost, but providing another person in the event that someone's unavailable.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. 136, which is an addition to our original agenda.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following block party request for Saturday, September 6th on Guyan Street, 1 to 11 p.m., and Saturday, September 13th, Sunnyside Avenue, 1 to 8:30 p.m.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a good time, all of you, on Guyan and Sunnyside. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. That is the end of our light agenda for this last meeting of the official summer. Did anyone have any new business?
No.
All right. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all. We'll be returning to work session to address a number of issues regarding police personnel, cable, cell tower lease issues, and advice of counsel. Good evening. See you in 2 weeks on the 8th of September.